My name is Peter Boykin and I'm running for U.S. Congress. You can go to boykinforcongress.com to find out more about me running. Big tech censorship, folks. Big tech censorship. That's on the plate today. Big tech announced a coordinated plan yesterday to use a centralized database to flag and ban so-called extremist content across all social media platforms. Now, this database is called the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism, the GIFCT. It was originally created in 2017 to collect data on foreign terrorists like ISIS and al-Qaeda. The GIFCT members include Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, Reddit, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, Dropbox, and more. The GIFCT announced that it would be expanding its scope to now target American citizens that share material from so-called white supremacists and far-right militias. The group's Executive Director Nicholas Rasmussen said they expanded their scope to target far-right or radically motivated violent extremism. Now, there is suspicious timing on this. This announcement comes 2 weeks after the White House, via the press secretary, suggested to big tech you shouldn't be banned from one platform and not the others. Now, the real talk, folks, is that none of us support white supremacists or domestic terrorists. But we now live in an age where big tech applies broad stroke labels to voices it disagrees with in order to censor and ban them. The New York Post was banned for spreading, quote, misinformation when it posted Hunter Biden's real emails. People were banned last year for saying that COVID leaked from the Wuhan lab. So it's not an unreasonable stretch to fear that these companies will abuse and contort what it considers an extremist position in order to ban conservatives across all platforms. But that's not all, folks. That is not all. Because what's been also going on in the news is that PayPal has teamed up with the Jewish NGO Anti-Defamation League to, quote, uncover and disrupt the financial pipelines that support extremists and hate movements, according to a joint statement. The, quote, initiative will focus on so-called white supremacists and those propagating and profiting from anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, racism, and anti-immigrant, anti-black, anti-Hispanic, and anti-Asian hate. So, I'm not a racist, but why is it that people can make anti-white sentiment and nobody does anything about it? So are they getting lost? They just wrote, the ADL wrote, we're excited to announce our new partnership with PayPal to fight extremism and hate. We've launched a research effort to understand how extremists leverage financial platforms to fund criminal activity. But no, folks, this is just another way of shutting you down. I have lost jobs. I lost a job just because I was in the area of January 6th, but I wasn't subjected to any kind of crime. I didn't commit any crime. The FBI didn't come arrest me because I didn't commit any crime, because I was just there, but I was nowhere near the actual crimes, that so-called crimes that was committed. But I lost jobs because these groups reach out to shut you down. They shut you down in a country and keep you from being able to make money. And then they'll shut you down for being able to even hold money. Do we really live in a free country? Just when it comes to like COVID. They're forcing people to take the vaccine, an undocumented experimental drug that's not been finalized. It's not been fully approved. And you have no right to sue if it damages your system. Are we free in this country if we're not allowed to decide what to put in our bodies or what not to put in our bodies? And now people will lose jobs over it. The medical system here in North Carolina is about to shut down people's jobs. They're telling them that if they don't get vaccinated within a couple of months, they will possibly lose their jobs. At the same time, Duke is holding a job fair to try to fill 900 positions of nurses and health. At the same time, they will lose nurses and doctors. And we need to start listening to them. Because if a nurse or a doctor does not want to take this medicine, it's because they're really listening to that teaching that says we need to be wary of undocumented experimental medicine. And who do we really trust? A government that stole the vote from us and tells us to look the other way? A government and money that is behind pushing these vaccines on us. I might be banned for talking about this stuff, but I'm going to be the only candidate probably in North Carolina that really will talk about the stealing of our vote and the forcing of vaccines. I have another rally coming up soon in Graham, North Carolina. I hope you'll join it. We'll post more information about that on a later date, but folks, are we really free in a country that doesn't allow us to post on the internet, to communicate with others? Literally, if we shut you down for every single social media out there, we have no way to communicate. We have no way to run your life. That's how dependent society has been on the internet. So again, I ask you, are we really free when you're forced to take things you don't want to do that might be unhealthy to you in order to keep a job? And then you can only keep that job if you keep your head down and don't say the wrong thing or don't post the wrong thing. And if you do post the wrong thing, you might lose your position or your job or your digital life. Or for me, a career, because my career was in entrepreneurship and e-commerce, and it's kind of hard to be in that when you're shut down from social media. But I'll also navigate my way back on, and I'm not going to give up. You can strike me down, I'm going to come back. This is Peter Boykin from Boykin for House, and hopefully I can make a change when I'm there. God bless everybody. Peace. See you while I see you. Hi neighbors, my name is Peter Boykin, and I'm running for U.S. Congress in District 13, North Carolina. This is a federal position, and I want to put America first. And that means putting North Carolina first and putting you first. We are the people. We are the government. If you'd like to find out more about the Boykin for Congress campaign, you can go to boykinforcongress.com and you can sign up for our email list. Thanks for tuning in, neighbors, and I hope you enjoy this message. Endorsed by Peter Boykin. That's me.